It's a slasher, obviously. I want to hear where this idea came from. I'm a total slasher fanatic, and I loved it. So where did it originate?
Yeah, well, it started with the fact that I am really scared of windmills. Well, in Holland you have a lot of windmills, and I grew up next to a very scary windmill. So that was the arena where I thought, well, this could be interesting, and also the clogs, right, the wooden shoes, and other iconic Dutch stuff, and then drench it into blood. And then talking about it with Chris, we thought, well, okay, what could be an interesting idea, not to have just people getting killed, but really characters that you hopefully invest with. And so there, Chris came in and did one hell of a job with it, I think.
Okay, so it's a slasher. It's old school. Where do you think it fits in the slasher pantheon and the horror pantheon as a whole? How would you categorize it?
Well, we tried to make it as. Sorry, I took your. No, our ambition was to try and make some slightly retro-feeling horror movie, and also with elements of like disaster movies from the 70s, where it's not just a bunch of teenagers, but you have a sort of cross-section of society. And I think for us that was the sort of central core of the idea. So as on a slasher thing, the original inspiration film was a pure slasher, and then this transmuted into something else, really. So it's still got the slasher element in the sense of the one after the other, they're all going to go. But there's just something else happening behind that, and that is what really interested it for me when I got involved with it.
What I also think is that I would like to call it more like a grim fairy tale, because the fact that they are so flawed characters and they all have their very deep secret, and it's a little bit heightened reality. It's not. I think it's when we talked about it and Chris came with that idea, and I thought, well, yeah, what could definitely work is if we make it like a fairy tale, grim fairy tale. So I think it's a combination of those things.
What about the villain? Where'd the inspiration come from him? Because he looks scary, and the makeup and everything is great. So.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, it came from a couple of myths and sagas, folklore stories about actual. They say that there are actually millers that sell their soul to the devil to keep the blades turning, and that idea we thought was very interesting. And also the fact that in the 1700s, windmills were very hazardous. So if there was lightning strike, they would burn down, and the whole Miller family would burn down. And we combined those things. And I think that for me it is also scary because we all have secrets. And yeah, if you are then facing somebody who like a Miller, who says, well, you have to face your fears, that I think is something that could be really interesting and scary.
And just really quickly, what's next for both of you guys? More horror?
Yeah. Well, I've just written a script for him, which is sci-fi thriller horror, which we're both very pleased with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hopefully that will be coming next. And I'm busy also with my second feature-length film, Amsterdam Gothic, which is also a sort of Dutch-based horror movie, ghost story, English language as well. So we're busy.
Yeah, we're very busy. Yeah. Well, the abductee is for me the next thing. I think the script is really in a good place, and we're also using the momentum here to get that ball rolling. So yeah, probably hopefully shoot in June, July next year. So yeah, thank you.
Good luck with it. I love it.